Hey, how's it going? How y'all doing this amazing evening? I am late today. Today has been a roller coaster for me. My babies were on 12 today, and so I decided that I'm going to do a video and show y'all what it's like to be a mompreneur sometimes, and like how crazy it be. Because I got up from my desk from right here, I know 100 times today, with all my babies needing their mama's attention, while trying to build a business, trying to prepare for tomorrow's Bible study. I was like, Lord, what is happening? And so what you gotta understand is you gotta move. You gotta move and move now. Move on right now. Because stuff's gonna keep happening. Life's gonna continue to break out. Things, distractions, disruptions, all that's coming. But you got to make up in your mind, like, I'm not stopping. Like, I'm not stopping. And I've literally made up in my mind that I will break the back of poverty and scarcity over my bloodline. I will become that kingdom multi millionaire billionaires. Okay. I will build generational wealth, and I will leave a fabulous inheritance for my children's children. And I know it's gonna take work. I know it's gonna be hard, but I accept the hard. And so, do you accept the hard? A lot of times, we want the war, we want the influence, we want the higher, we want all the kudos, right? But what we really got to get to is, are we willing to pay the price? Are you willing to pay the price of what it's going to cost you to get it done? I decided. I told my husband, listen, I don't know how I'm gonna get there. I don't know when. It don't matter, because when my attitude's right, the facts don't matter. All I know is God gave me a plan and a strategy. The Lord told me what to do, and I'm gonna move on it. Now, granted, as of Sunday, I've learned that I've been trying to use an outdated, out of season method, and so you got to be very mindful of the seasons and the times that God is putting you in, and then move accordingly. And so the goal don't change. Maybe the method change. Maybe the instrument you use, because your girl, I'm used to using a hammer to just blast through some stuff. But the Lord's like, no, Faye, like, you gotta move differently, or you're gonna find yourself somewhere you don't want to be. And so, yeah, I am just encouraged, and I want to encourage each and every one of y'all, because I know we're all going through something. I know my life this last month at least has been whoa. But I also know that, trouble don't last always. God's with me, good, bad, ugly. And this is still my year. If you are with me, I want you to put that in the comments. This is still my year. And I'm going to continue until my last breath to see my purpose, my destiny fulfilled in the earth. I want everything in the book God's written about me. When the Lord sent us to earth, right? There was a destiny, a purpose attached to you. And so God don't make no mistakes. You're not here by mistake. And dealing with the grief of my little brother, I'm seeing a lot of people in my family feeling like, why not me? Like, I was supposed to have been gone. Why am I still alive? And so if you're struggling with that, when you're struggling with why am I here, you need to hear me say this real clear. You have a destiny and an assignment on you. And God's giving you time to get it done. And if you still alive, it's time to move. It's time to move forth. Move on. Move on past the tragedy. Move on past the place where you were hurt. You got to begin to move forth. Move forth in what God's called you to. It don't have to make sense, because I promise y'all, most times my life don't make sense. I'm telling you right now, most times your girl's life don't make sense. And that's okay. I'm okay with not making sense, because I am not sovereign. Okay. I'm okay with not knowing every intricate detail about my life. Why? Because I'm not God. I trust my God because he's loving, and he loves me, and he's very personal with his children. And because of his character, I get, you understand the word when you read the Bible, you understand the character of God, who is all loving. Now, granted, don't play with him. Now, he ain't no little simp out here, okay? But when you know the root of God is love, you can trust him. and you can move forward even though you don't understand. You don't stop trying to understand everything and just move forward. When things are unraveling, because life has been hard for a lot of us. Like don't sit there and just wallow in your own self-pity and think it's all about you, because when you make your life all about you, you become this little bitty person. Your life shrinks, and when you make no impact, when you're sowing no seed into others, literally, like, you'll find yourself just in a place where you don't need to be. And so no matter where you are in life, hey sister friend, I love you. And that's what I'm talking about, girl. Hey honey. But what I'm telling you to do is you gotta move forth as a mom, move forward as an entrepreneur. If you're called to that, move forward in what God's told you to do. Stop trying to do what everybody else is doing. Stop looking left and right and focus on what did God call me to do? What am I supposed to do in this season? And then move on it. Because it's easy to look over and be like, hey, what they doing? That looks really fun. Or, oh my God, I'm missing out. You're not missing out. I've learned, because I always thought that I was missing out on something. I had to stop and realize that there's honestly no time lost. Okay, everything that we're going through in our season, in the seasons of life, and in our life, is literally put there to help you grow. It's literally put there as lessons, and so you really ain't missing out on nothing. You hear me? You can start today to say, you know what? I'm gonna take all these lessons, all these L's, which I always tell y'all, there's no such thing as an L until you quit. Okay. Now, when you quit, you got a problem. Okay. But as long as you're willing to get on it and move forward and move on and stop quitting every time stuff get hard, you're going to come out on top. And so I just wanted to hop on here tonight and just encourage y'all, move forth, move now. Stop waiting. Nothing's going to line up. Okay. If you waiting on all the stuff to line up, everything to make sense, it ain't happening. You just have to say, you know what, I'm going for it. And so even tonight, I'm late as a mug. I've been fighting with my kids all day. And granted, some days with all my tots, it'd be a little crazy. Say one of those days. But I'm like, no, I'm committed to this. I got people I'm serving. I got a community that I'm building. I have a destiny that I'm trying to fulfill in the earth. And so it don't matter if I can just do one thing today. I'm going to move on that one thing today. And tomorrow, I may be able to do 10 things. But as long as you're moving, you will stop seeing delay happening in your world. You will stop seeing years pass you by and you're still in the same place you were in years ago. You will stop seeing other people fly past you. What you got to understand is you're thinking that these people are smarter than you, are better than you, or whatever more than you, right? Because we always gonna talk bad about ourselves, okay? That's just human nature. But what you don't realize is they're not better than you. They're not faster than you. They are more consistent than you. They are more disciplined than you. They don't quit as much as you. They don't cry and whine and complain like you do. They take ownership of their entire life. That one right there, what I just said to you, freed me in so many ways, y'all. I had to stop attending my own pity parties. I had to stop always talking about, oh my God, my life, my life, my life, my life, my life, wham, 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 like a little baby. And I had to say, you know what, Faye? You a grown woman. When are you going to take responsibility for your life that you in right now? Like, it don't matter what baby daddy did. It don't matter what your parents did. It don't matter what this person did. That don't matter. Because what other people did to you or whatever happened to you, that's on them. What matters in your world is your response. And I decided one day, good, bad, or ugly, I'm taking responsibility for all of this. All of this is underneath my dominion. I did not dominate the way I needed to dominate and have dominion over my world the way I needed to. Father, forgive me. Now we step in dominion. Some of y'all got to make a decision tonight that I'm going to stop waiting for somebody else to give me a handout, somebody else to always help me, someone else to always come through for me. And I'm going to show up and come through for myself. Why? Because the gift of the Lord put the gift in you. You waiting on other people to come and do what you want to do for yourself. We'll be holding people to the fire. Oh my God, you said you want to do this right here and you didn't do it. You need to understand that you are your answer. Jesus is the answer. He's the source. but you are the resource in your life. I need you to hear me. You got to understand, ain't nobody coming to save you. No one's coming to save you, baby, okay? No one can fix your life but you. You can sit back all day and complain and name and justify and blame and all that jazz right there. You can do that all you want to. But guess what? You're going nowhere. In fact, you're going to make God mad. And you see what he did to the people who was complaining in the Bible, right? I mean, we don't want the problems. And so you got to make a decision and say, you know what? It's March. What's today? March 5th. Ooh, that was fast. It's March 5th already. It's March 5th. I'm going to mark in the sand that this is my year. I am going to take full ownership of my life, full ownership of every decision that I made and did not make. And I'm not going to look at anything as a loss, because remember, it's not a loss until you quit, until you give up. As long as you're moving forward, it's a lesson. It's a step into the right direction. Take that obstacle and turn it into an opportunity. See what I'm saying? And so I'm challenging you. Move now. No more delaying, no more hesitating, no more sleeping on yourself, no more saying, but Faye, I don't know. Shut up. I don't want to hear that, because you can do it. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. You're the one keep telling yourself the opposite of what God told you. Like literally, we read this Bible, we saying we Christians, but literally when it comes to walking that talk, we ain't got it. We don't have that grit. We don't have that plow through. You gotta get to the point where you like, bro, I'm doing what God told me to do. I am breaking this cycle of poverty. I am being a great mother. I am gonna be an amazing whatever you at. You gotta get to the point where you ain't let nothing stop you. Because we let so many things stop us. We let so many things delay us. We get on our phone and you're scrolling, and next thing you know, a whole hour flew by. And here you go talking about you ain't got enough time. Yes, you do. You're just wasting your time. Like we said before, the people that you see that are ahead of you, they're not ahead of you because they're so much smarter than you. What they got on you is they've been doing it longer than you and more consistent than you. And they got discipline. And so we got to discipline ourselves and decide we moving now. And so I am calling you, entrepreneur. I'm calling you mothers. I'm calling you parents. I'm calling all of y'all to step into what God's told us to do in 2025. I got family that's really struggling. Grief. I tell people, you got to be very, very careful with grief and when you suffer a great loss, because grief is very slick. Well, it'll cause you to sit and you rightfully hurt because you lost somebody, like me losing my brother. You rightfully hurt because you feel that loss, you feel that hole in your soul. But what you wrong at is that this is for kingdom people, okay? If you're not a Christian, it's not for you, okay? But if you're a kingdom person, if you believe in Jesus, okay, let's be clear. If you are feeling that hole inside of you from suffering that loss, whatever it is, if you take that and take it before the king, God will fill that hole. How do I know? He did it for me. He literally just did that for me. Because I was like, God, I can't function like this. I couldn't even get out of bed, y'all. Like when I say losing my brother was probably one of the hardest losses I've ever taken in my life. And I didn't been through a lot. If you know, you know. I didn't been through a lot. But losing my baby brother was like a hit that I was not prepared for, okay? And I just felt this big hole. And I was like telling my spiritual parents, I'm like, listen, I just feel like y'all, it's just like a gaping hole in my soul. And they was like, Faye, you ain't gotta grieve as those without hope. I'm like, I hear what you're saying, but I still feel this. Like, how do I get this out of me? How do I deal with this? How do I feel this hope? And so if you're going through a season of grief, well, whether you lost somebody or somebody betrayed you or whatever that's like, don't sit in grief too long. I'm warning you, because grief will open the door. Grief is very slick, very, very slick, very, very crafty. And if you let it sit there, it will allow literally other things to come in, i.e., depression, anxiety, suicidal mentality will start to creep in. I'm literally watching my family fight through this right now. They're saying, why not me? Listen, you alive, baby. Get yourself up and live your life, because one day you're going to check up out of here too. It's appointed for a man to die once, and after that, the judgment. So while you still got breath in your body, get on up. And so I'm telling you right now, if you got breath in your body, get up. Move forth. Move on. Whatever that loss was, whatever that is, Like, let that stuff bury its own self. Let the dead bury the dead, and you keep living. Why? Because God has a purpose and a call in your life. And the biggest reason is the Lord gonna be looking for a return on that investment. And I'm just saying, I'm not trying to show up to the heaven gates and not have no type of ROI. I'm not trying to be the man with one talent who wouldn't bury it because he felt like it wasn't enough. Lord, what I need to do? Jesus on the main line, Jesus answer his phone and tell me what I need to do. Why? Because I'm not finna get up there and look and be ashamed in front of my God, in front of my Father. No, I'm about to max out, and I'm not gonna allow life and its distractions and its hurts and its pains to stop me. And I'm walking through it right now, and so I'm not telling you something that I'm not walking through. I'm not telling you stuff that I don't know to be true. What I know to be true is if you make a decision that I'm going to live my life full out and live out every part of my destiny that God's written in this book, I'm telling you, the power of Holy Spirit will come and help you rise up over all that. Like, literally, my family trying to figure out why is Faye not just like dying right now. And I keep telling them, because do you not see me on Sundays? And every night at midnight, your girl be praying. That's why I kept telling y'all, get you a prayer life. If you don't have a powerful prayer life, I don't know what to tell you. If you ain't gonna talk to the one who can fix it, ain't nothing else I can tell you. You might as well go and log off right now, because if you ain't gonna talk to the very one who can fix it, if you're not gonna get the book that's written about your life and how to live it and read it, what I'm gonna tell you? Baby, bye. If you ain't gonna listen to him, you're not gonna listen to me neither. Goodbye. And so that's literally how I live my life. Like, I'm telling y'all what I'm doing. Like, how do I build businesses? How do I get past business failures? Because, baby, I done had a lot of business failures, okay? How do I get past those and not let them just choke me out? How do I be a godly wife who honors and serves her husband? How do I be a godly mom who nurtures and loves her babies? It's all based off a powerful prayer life with the King. It's all based out of reading the Bible. It's all based off of learning and knowing who I am and spending time with the King. And also, I read books. I don't allow myself to sit in places that's designed to suck the life out of me. Like, I'll feel it, I'll acknowledge the feeling, but I ain't gotta live there. Some of us turn a temporary situation into a lifetime of problems. No. I'm not doing that. Why? Because I gotta get well done. I gotta hear well done. When I get to heaven, I don't want no garment of salvation. That's nice, but I need that robe, baby. Lord, I prefer it to be magenta pink with some little diamonds or something on it, Lord, hook me up, Lord. I'm just playing. I'm for real though, Lord, if you like, for real. But y'all have an amazing night. I love y'all so much. I'm up tonight, y'all. I'm up tonight. The Lord literally told me, if they don't go to sleep no more without that book being done. And so about to help some of y'all become authors. So be on the lookout, because I'm about to make a big drop tomorrow. And then I gotta do a couple things for a couple people with credit. And so I ain't big into credit repair space, but that's literally how I came up in the entrepreneurship industry, do credit repair, financial services. And so I got a few people that need help, and I only help those who really want help and people I'm connected to. So don't be blowing me up, because I'm not in that lane no more. Although I will if you absolutely need help and you like, I can't find nobody else, hit me up. And so tonight I'm gonna be up working, and so I'm challenging you to move on past what was sent to break you. Move on past the delays and the distractions. Put your phone down. Some of y'all need to take your phone, put them junks in the front room, and you go back there and you get to work. Leave your phone over there, because it's you're not strong enough to have your phone in the room with you, because you don't know how to pull it down. Some of y'all need to get out of these broken, messed up, busted relationships heading nowhere. You with somebody who keeping you from your spouse. Dump that fool and keep it moving, okay? Because we got to elevate. It's time to move forward. No more delay. No more delay, baby. It's May 5th. But I love you all. Y'all have an amazing night. I will be back tomorrow. Bye-bye, y'all. All right.